What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. I'm going to do a KDA, Kadena. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly or not, but I'm going to do a KDA update. Guys, I am launched a private Discord channel about a month ago. If you guys have interest in signing up for that, I've got a link below this video. You can check it out. Also, I'm not a financial advisor. I do this for entertainment and educational purposes only, so don't blindly follow anything I do. If you guys like the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to it, hit the notifications, and you'll get notified of any time I update videos. So KDA, all right. So let's look at this from a macro standpoint. First of all, I see two possibilities on a macro time frame. One being that this is a 1, 2, 3 wave, this little white circle, 1, 2, 3. Which would be which would indicate, if that's the case, that we'll have an extended fifth wave, because this third wave did not reach the proper fib levels of 1618 that it would need to hit in order to be a valid three wave. Which, if that happens and it is a three wave, then you typically have an extended fifth wave. If that is not the case, this could be a larger diagonal, which would be the ABC forming a one wave, and then you would have an ABC creating your two wave, and then you have your larger three wave up, and then a four wave, and then a final fifth wave. That would be the uber bullish scenario. If this is indeed just a 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to have an extended fifth, that takes us up to about the same spot where your three would be for your diagonal, which is over $1,000. So either way, this thing has got quite a bit of potential and quite a bit of room to run. But let's take a peek at the smaller time frame and what I believe is going on. So if you guys have been following me on Twitter or following these videos, I believe this is my second or third KDA video. I have been watching this structure for a little while. Somebody in my Discord channel pointed it out to me a little while ago, and I had at that point, I really liked the chart, or the potential of the chart, so I ended up moving it to my trade setups channel, where I chart all of the crypto assets that I'm looking at and that I'm watching for entries, and this happened to be one of them. Once this wave here unfolded, which is either a 1 or an A wave, I basically told my group that an ABC down in this zone right here could be a potential 2 wave or a B wave, and that would be a fairly nice entry, which if they got in, or if anybody entered at that point in time, it went up 100% from there. But anyways, so as of right now, you've got a 1 wave, a 2 wave, a 3 wave, and a potential 4 wave. This is basically a diagonal here, based on the way these structures are moving. But currently right now, this could be also just a simple ABC, and that could be the top of some, some sort of, I guess, bear scenario that I still can't really grasp what that would look like from a higher time frame, but it is possible because this wave is this wave is corrective in general. It does not necessarily mean that it is bearish, but it is something to certainly keep an eye on. If this was bearish, this would likely be a 1, 2, and we would have a 3 wave down to about 645, a 4 wave bounce to 728, and then a final 5th wave down to about 520, which could be putting in a larger degree impulse, and that could be a 1 wave, and then you'd have a 2, and then a 3, 4, 5, which could take you all the way down to $3 or below. So that's something to certainly pay attention to and be mindful of. But at this point, I am viewing this as bullish as long as we do hold this zone here from 595 up to about 720-ish, which currently I'm looking at this as an ABC, and that could be a completed structure, and then we could end up moving to our final fifth wave target of 1360 from here, or we could of course turn into a larger degree ABC, where we would go up to our B wave anywhere from $8.30 to $9, and then we would have one more correction down to finish the C wave to 595 or so. And then from there, we would end up going to our final fifth wave, as long as obviously that structure holds. So a lot of people who might know a little bit about L8 wave would ask, how is that valid if we trade into our potential one wave here? This is actually a diagonal structure. So in a diagonal, if you guys know the rules of a diagonal, your four wave can indeed overlap into your one. Really, the only time that can happen is in a diagonal. So that's still a valid impulsive structure, but ultimately we need one more wave up to create our final fifth wave in order to really confirm that we have a bottom. But this has been a nice, powerful move, and so far, my bias is starting to really flip to bullish scenario on this. So this would be a good spot to DCA, dollar cost average, in if we do end up hanging out in this zone. From a stop loss standpoint, you could put your stop loss either just below this two wave here, or the B at 517. That would be a very conservative stop loss, where if we do breach that level, then this entire structure is invalid, and we are likely in some sort of a bear scenario where we will go lower. Or you could obviously put a stop loss, just under 590 or so. But of course, in crypto, you could have stop hunts, and you could get stopped out with just a engineering liquidity event. But in any case, this would be a good spot to average in at and anticipate the fifth wave from here, which could be another 100% roughly, depending on what happens and how deep this ends up going. So once that does happen, if that does happen, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have a final fifth wave, at that point, I would anticipate a pullback to the 618 to 786 region, which could be 553 to 670. And then from there, we will, potentially, if we are bullish, we will break this 5-wave top, and that will 100% confirm that the bottom is in and that this is in a bullish structure. And from there, we can assume that we will be on to our next very large target. So KDA ultimately, in my opinion, has a lot of upside potential, which from a RR risk reward standpoint is definitely worth taking a shot at, even if you just put a small portion of your portfolio into it, just to play the potential huge swing. See y'all later.